stream because I'm getting a lot of questions as of late when it comes to the Safe 6 Scaled Agile Framework 6.0 updates. And a lot of you have been asking me, is this important for me as a project manager? Is this important for me who is looking to accelerate my career into Scrum Mastering? If you're looking to progress your career into maybe in a product owner position, product manager position, any one of these middle management positions, which are quite important when it comes to when having skills, capabilities development around that area. So this is what this video is going to be about. So in order to give you a very good understanding of what's going on here, I'm just going to open this tab up. So you should be able to see, me at the bottom, and you should be able to see the tab here at the bottom. And this is a very good article, which is published by Safe when it comes to what's new in the Safe 6.0 framework. So obviously, if you want to get a better understanding, obviously visit the thing. But I'm going to give a very good overview here that will give any newcomer, anyone that's looking to understand what's going on here, in a very easy to understand manner. Okay, so a very easy to understand manner. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So with that said, you can, so I'm just trying to get the, get a nice little, what do you think is better? This makes no sense. or this. I wish I was a little bit bigger in the bottom. I look totally right now. Anyway, Safe 6.0 is the new update from Safe 5.0. And it's all about this idea about working differently to build the future. Very nice. I like this. What this really means to me is, what this really is saying to me is we understand that the future is not that simple anymore. Things are taking a turn for the worst, you could say. And things are, if all this AI stuff and all this machine learning, all this chat GPT, you've seen all this stuff. We've got fake pictures. We've got fake videos, people talking, a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in the industry now. And now there's calls that there could be problems to people's jobs and stuff. So the future definitely looks a lot more challenging more than ever. We need to be aware of this. And this is what they're saying here, is that we need to build the future. We need to be able to work differently. So that means we might need to use these tools in conjunction, to get to where we need to get to. And people's jobs are on the line. I think that's a very important thing to mention here, is that people's jobs are on the line here. And the inability for those people to adapt to those, those changes in the workplace environments is going to cause a whole bunch of issues. So we need to be very understanding. We need to have the right capacity building for us to really take this forward, especially those who are going into Scrum Master roles and project management roles. And that basically means the entire 100% of middle management is one of these two things. You're either representing the customer or the business, you're in case a product manager or product owner, or you are a facilitator, a project manager, or you're coordinating projects, you're a project manager, or you're a servant leader in an agile sense, or you're a Scrum Master in that sense. There really is nothing else to it. There's nothing else going on in the industry. So you're one of these three roles. And so just bear that in mind. And you slot into this picture. So the safe picture has been updated, and they've added a couple of new things in here, which we'll kind of skim through as we read through the article here, that these updates are good. They've added a couple of things here, which we'll go through. But essentially, you're just fitting into one of these sections here. And the way you fit into those sections has a big say in terms of your future career going forward. So just remember, it's important that you understand that the industry is going in this direction, regardless if you're on that or you're not on that. You have to be on that now. There's no two ways about it. You have to be on that, right? So there's some big themes. They've added these big themes. There's 6 of them. I think in the last video, I mentioned last couple of videos I've mentioned this. Um, these themes are big. These are very good updates. These are not something to be taken lightly. These are updates that are going to have major influence for this framework going forward, but also the way we go about handling projects, strengthening the foundation for business agility. And I think this is a point where a lot of you, this first point here, strengthening the foundation for business agility, a lot of you have struggled in this because you've not been able to convey this message simply to your executive teams as to why business agility is required more than ever. Most organizations say that, hey, we already have business agility built in. Why do we need to do more? But things are on the horizon are looking a little bit more difficult more than ever. So yeah, you need to have more of this. Empowering teams and clarifying their responsibilities. This is important because the reason why this is important is because a lot of you have asked the question, what does the Scrum Master actually do? It's a popular question. You can check this out online. There's a lot of questions online that will say this. What does the Scrum Master actually do in today life? So they've actually clarified this. Thank you. They finally clarified this as to what's going on here. So they're telling you this is what the Scrum Master role responsibility, this is what the product owner is. They're giving you clear, distinguished meanings behind each of these roles. So this is very good for us. This is what we've always wanted, and we've got that. Accelerating the value flow. Flow is a challenging piece. Every organization has problems in this one area. And the inability for individuals to handle flow, what do we do with this flow, has a big problem. We don't know what to do. Do you really know how to accelerate value flow? Hey, let's just apply Lean Six Sigma practices. Is this the best way of going about it? Is there other tools, techniques, approaches that we can use? Absolutely. This is what's been introduced here. So that's another area. Enhancing business agility, building the future of AI, big data, and cloud. Here we go again. We're back in that same bandwagon that we understand that it's not all money related. It's not all oil related. It's not all, the new oil here is data, is AI, is the cloud, is how we go about manipulating these infrastructural elements that we've got at our fingertips. How do we go about manipulating them in our favor? Because the better that we can manipulate them in our favor, the better we can drive the value across to the business. Now, that means to say that we don't want to drive ourselves out of business. We don't want to drive ourselves out of the workplace. We got to be working in conjunction with all these things, right? And delivering better outcomes and measuring and growing OKRs, something similar to your PIs and program, your KPIs. So they got a couple of things here, strengthening the foundation for business agility. So they go down to this piece and they break down the article more. I like this lean thinking thing, precisely specify value by the product. What do you exactly mean by this product? Identify the value streams, make the value flow, let the customer pull, and pursue perfection. Very nice things, things that make sense, things that, that we want to be doing always. We want to always be doing this, right? So some core values, which we've always been know about. Number 6, those are principles that have always been around for a long time. This has also been updated. Make the value flow without interruptions. The implementation roadmap's gotten a little bit of a TLC improvement in there, which is quite nice. Here we go. SPC, the change, the practice change agents, consultants. These individuals, what their roles are within the organization, clearly mentioned here. And you've got these nice little diagrams for Scrum Masters, product owners, product managers, RTs, and all that stuff. So it's nice. They've really encapsulated this very nicely. Here you go. As I was just saying there, empowering the teams and clarifying the responsibilities. And everyone's favorite one, there should be a Scrum Master one here. So Agile teams, product management, product owner, and there will obviously be one for Scrum Master as well. Here we go. Scrum Master, talk of the devil. One of my favorites. Well, let's just read this. And don't forget, this also applies to project managers as well. Improving the overall program performance, very important. All the teams are involved, facilitating the PI planning. That basically means all the workshops that you're doing, supporting the iteration execution, because as we're iterating, we're actually making the projects, we want to make the projects work, right? We want the projects to execute flawlessly. Flow. Look, guys, flow is going to be a problem wherever you are. Even if you're producing PowerPoint presentations, even if you're producing Excel documents, you need to get sign-offs. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on here. And your inability to work fast in this regard can slow you down. That's it. And building high-performing teams, this is obviously the crux to everything that we're trying to do here. And the Agile release train, improving relentlessly, planning the work, delivering value, getting feedback, connecting with the customer. All good stuff, all good stuff. Collaborations. And now, guys, this is a very important diagram. So if you're looking to improve your project speed, if not just project speed, if you're looking to improve your, how fast the organization delivers value, these are key areas for you to look into. These are very important areas for you to look into. This is basically the holy grail, as far as I'm concerned. How much work have you queued up in there? How much of the policies and this culture of writing certain things to get approvals through is slowing you down? How many handoffs do you need to do in order for you to procure a certain contract? How many bottlenecks are there? So organizations are full of this. They're full of this. Most of it put in by departments, divisions, which are really questionable if they should still even be around till this day and age. They're only there for certain reasons because they've been, because they have to be there for some other reasons, right? But overall, it's difficult to be competitive in an environment where you have elements of the organization which are slowing the other elements down. And the feedback, even when we get feedback from the customer, it doesn't always translate through. There's always some sort of manipulation that's going on. So this is good, this picture, but you need to think outside as well in terms of what's going on in your organization, which is preventing this from working smoothly. This is really good stuff. So you got the flow accelerators here. I would take if I was you, I would take my time reading this articles. There's a lot of stuff here. We cannot cover all of this stuff in this one video, but there's a lot of things in this video that should get you guys thinking, that should make you appreciate maybe the amount of work that's gone in here. The reason why I say this is the reason because when we go about analyzing flow, we don't normally understand how we want to go about, improving those things. Now you've got a stethoscope in there, you've got a temperature gauge in there, you've got the doctor's tools now within the Agile sense in terms of what we need to do going forward in order to improve these things. So you've got ingredients here to make that flow accelerate. I've got some articles in here, and remember, when you have these backlogs, we need to ensure that flow is smoothly going through them in an easy pace. Kanban boards for the team, safe teams, quality practices, your VSM, value stream management, very important stuff. So there's many other things in this article which you can have which I recommend having a read through. Some terminology changes that you can see here. And this is just more to be more aligned in the article, which is absolutely fine, which makes total sense for me. One thing to point out, which I just kind of flagged through, is that the KPIs or the OKRs in this case need to be cascaded down, and you can clearly see here how they've been cascaded down through the enterprise. So they've got nice pictures here, and obviously the thing to point out is this big data, IT, and AI element. It's going to be it will be a major theme going forward more than ever. It's not something that we're going to be able to get away from. Absolutely not. It's something that is going to be living there for a long time. The new input to the organization is going to be this AI data, and how do we go about living in harmony with this going forward? That's where we are. Okay, so let's just stop screen sharing. So you should see me back on. Hopefully you've enjoyed that walkthrough there. It's just to break down the article. It's just to break down, because a lot of you have been saying to me, what is the implication for this for me? Let's just think of the position that you might be in. You might be in the position right now where you're looking to grow within your career. Maybe you are stagnant in your career. Maybe you are not where you want to be. Maybe you're struggling for cash. Maybe you are on the job market and you haven't gotten a job for a long time. There could be many things that you are stuck in right now. So that's you if you're unemployed. If you're employed, you're not getting that promotion. You're not climbing the ladder as fast as you would. You are not getting the kudos from your manager that you're looking for. There could be many things that are happening to you at work, employed or unemployed, which is letting you down. And you're looking for something that's going to push you forward. That thing that can push you forward is this framework. The greater your understanding in this framework would make you accelerate within your own career, regardless of which discipline you're working in, which role you are currently fulfilling. Doesn't matter. The better you understand the organization, the better you understand your responsibility within that organization, and the better you will deliver value within that organization. So this means this is an incumbent task upon all professionals now to become more in tune of what this framework is actually telling you to do. The better you understand this framework, the better you understand your role responsibility within the organization, and therefore you can deliver value better in the organization. That means you've got to first go back and understand what is the implications for this framework for you to be successful going forward. So Scrum Masters, project managers, product owners, business analysts, technical teams, senior managers, deputy managers, executive assistants, secretaries, whoever you are in this middle management area, it is vital, it is more critical more than ever for you to understand what is going to happen. So let's just take this. If you neglect everything I've said, let's say you've neglected everything, you say, screw you, I don't need to agree with anything that you've said. Hands up, you don't need to agree with anything. But let's just look at the oil in the picture. The new oil, the new fuel for fire is this big data element, all this tech stuff that's going on. This is going to be fueling the organization. You can either be the victim of this, or you can be the one that rides the wave. You're going to have to ride the wave, unfortunately. I have to ride the wave as well. I don't want to. Things were much more simpler back in the day. Unfortunately, you're going to have to ride the wave now more than ever. Okay. Hopefully, this video opens your eyes to the implications. I want you guys to go and read the article. The better you read this article, the better your understanding will be of what these updates are, and the better you will take things forward in your career. So if you have any questions, write the comments down below. Like the video, share the video if you found this useful. If it's an eye-opener, contact me if you need any information in terms of what's going on in the Scaled Agile Framework. I hope to see you on one of my courses very soon. And always, guys, thanks for watching. And also check out the other videos on the channel. Feel free to follow me on my social media links. And thanks.